Artistang nakatanggap ng milyong-milyong salapi galing kay Romualdez pinagpiestahan matapos ikanta ni VP Sara sa international media. Nagasta ni VP Sara sa confidential fund ito, wala lang sa laki ng ipinapamudbud ni Martin Romualdez sa mga kongresista para sa impeachment. Pero bago ang lahat, kung hindi pa kayo nakapag-subscribe sa channel na ito, please do subscribe para mas maging updated pa kayo sa mga susunod kong mga videos. Nanigas sa hiya ang mga kongresista matapos ilantad ni VP Sara ang kanilang mga malalansang baho sa international media. Sa naturang interview, ikinanta ng Vice Presidente ang bayarang nangyari ukol sa impeachment na kung saan ang mga kongresista ay nakatanggap ng humigit kumulang na 150 milyon kapalit ang kanilang pirma. Dahil sa pinanggagawa ng Kamara, tila umabot na sa ibang bansa ang kagarapalan ng mga ito kung saan naghahatid lamang ng isang malaking kahihiyan sa bansang Pilipinas. Narito ang pangdedepensa ng Kamara ukol sa kahihiyang kanilang ginawa.
Hingi lang po ng reaction. Meron pong interview si BP Sara sa Russian TV. Ang sabi niya po doon, inulit niya lang yung sabi niya politically motivated daw po yung impeachment. At ang goal daw po noon ay yung matanggal yung frontrunner sa 2028 presidential polls na siya yun. And number 2 question po, yung impeachment daw po, hindi naman binasa ng mga pumirma, tapos binayaran lang daw po kayo. Thank you po.
I strongly denouncing statement na binayaran eh. Yung mga salitang ganyan, it's trying to, evade the real issue. The issue is, there's an impeachment complaint filed by a Filipino citizen. Dinala sa Kongreso, we have to act upon it as a constitutional mandated duty by the Congress. That's exactly simply what the House did. Oh, may batayan ba? May pamantayan? Yes. So that's why it was elevated to the Senate. Now they are there to act as an impeachment court. Now yung ibang rhetoric, yung ibang comments is simply there to skirt out the real issue. There's questions being raised in the impeachment complaint. Now, the impeachment process is there for a reason. It shows accountability and transparency in government. So, yun yung mandated duty ng ating Constitution. It should be followed to the letter. Hindi na yung mga political stunts or political comments na, para ma-evade yung real issue. This is the best way to prove whether a person or a leader is guilty or not. Let's go with the process and let's show the Filipino people that there is nothing to hide. Ipakita natin na patas ang gobyerno, na patas ang institusyon at patas ang proseso as mandated by our Constitution. And in doing so, the issues na nakaharap kahit sinong leader ng ating bansa, it will either be judged accordingly in history as tama ba or mali.
The articles of impeachment were passed overwhelmingly by the House of Representatives compared to the dubious acknowledgement receipts. The verified impeachment complaints has the blessing, it carries with it the blessing of the Constitution. Sabi nga ni Kong Ernix, this is a process wherein we ensure that our Constitution is alive and well. Ilang lang po yung mga enumerated by the Constitution ng mga impeachable officers. And I guess apart from holding the principle of accountability to these public officials, it also carries with it our fight against the culture of impunity. The reason why we are holding these high officials accountable to their actions because we do not want also the culture of impunity to be the dominant rule of the day. So, yun po yung issue doon. If we allow such remarks to go unchallenged, we do not only disregard this constitutional mandate given to us by the Constitution, given to the House of Representatives, but it also undermines constitutional mechanisms. No? Isa po yan ang impeachment process. So I agree completely with the position of my colleague here, my friend, that this is a constitutional obligation. We have already delivered what the public has been asking the House through filing of these impeachment complaints. There are several impeachment complaints that were filed. Hindi lang po isa. Anim ho ata yung mga aning grupo or seven? Yes, seven. Hindi, yung nag-file ng sarili nilang individual. May mga grupo dyan at saka may mga individual po na mga concerned citizens. So just leave it at that. The framers of our Constitution, meron po silang nilagay dyan na sa sariling artikulo, Article 11, precisely because they think that the impeachment process, this impeachment mechanism, it would actually stabilize our country. This is the way, this is the most legal and the most valid and the most legitimate way of holding those enumerated under the Constitution as impeachable officers accountable to their actions.
Please proceed.
Habol ko lang lalo na po kay Kong Sia. Kong Sia, magkakaroon ba ng epekto sa BARM election yung pagsasabit na courtesy resignation ng mga member ng parliament?
Wala po ako nakikitang connection sa preparation ng COMELEC for the BARM elections in October this year with that of the Chief Minister's order to revamp his cabinet. It's entirely a administrative decision and executive action done by the sitting chief minister that is internal within the BARM bureaucracy. So I don't see any connection, or would this decision of the chief minister affect the preparation of COMELEC for holding the 2025 BARM election this coming October. So wala po akong nakikitang connection doon.
Thank you, Billy. We will now take questions from Mela Lismoras of PTB4.
Hi, good morning po, Kongs. Follow-up lang po, kanina kasi natanong kayo ni Ate Tina na until the 20th Congress, talagang suportado pa rin natin itong pagpapatuloy ng pag-pursue dito sa impeachment complaint laban kay Vice President Sara Duterte. Pero sa kabila nga nito, kahapon sa reference po ni Senate President Cheese Escudero, may mga ilan siyang, kumbaga, mga mabibigat din na pahayag tungkol sa impeachment. Hingin ko lang po yung reaction nyo dito, given na, yun nga, kabilang tayo sa mga nagsusulong at sumuporta dito sa impeachment complaint. Una, may sinabi siyang pwedeng i-junk ng impeachment court ang case laban kay VP Duterte by majority vote. Ano po yung reaction nyo dito at yung sinabi din niya na parang matigas daw yung ulo ng mga House prosecutors?
At what basis kaya yung sinasabing pwedeng i-junk ng majority vote sa Senate yung impeachment complaint? I don't see any reason why this should happen kasi kung political lang ba, kung kakampi ba nila or whatever it may be, the Constitution specifically says to try and decide. The Senate has a constitutionally mandated duty to do so. So I don't see any reason why there should be a vote, motion, or any sort na para ipigilin ang mandated duty ng Constitution sa Senate. Dapat gawin natin ang trabaho natin. And hindi ko maintindihan yung comment na why the House panel would be stubborn. In reality, na hindi naman dapat na, in my humble opinion, but the House submitted constitutional compliance certificate to the Senate, resubmits the entry of appearance without conditions to VP Sara's impeachment complaint. So having said that, ginagawa na nga ng House prosecution ng House ang duty nila and above that. So I think the House is being cooperative with the Senate acting as an impeachment court, and there's no reason to name calling. Tayo lahat naman nandito sa House and the Senate should be working together to do our constitutionally mandated duty. Tama na yung giitan, yung mga name calling o yung turuan or pasahan ng bola. Let's work together, let's proceed with the impeachment complaint and do our constitutionally mandated duty.
the House prosecution team works according and in compliance with the Senate, the court, impeachment court's own timeline. So kami po ay nagre-responde lang at nire-respeto yung jurisdiction ng korte, ng impeachment court. At alinsunod sa mga orders nila, yun po yung ang House prosecution na ginagawa. Pangalawa po, dalawa naman po yan talaga yung pagka sa akin pananaw eh. It's either you convict or you acquit. No? Wala naman pong problema kung ang mga senador ay mag-acquit or magko-convict. That's precisely why they're there in the first place, to judge the merit of the case. They can go either to acquit or to dismiss. But the point is, allow the process according to the Constitution to proceed. Yung sinasabi pong junk, kasi parang sabi nila may possibility. Ang tanong ho talaga dyan is, dapat ba talaga i-junk? Dapat ba i-junk? I think that's the most pressing question that we need to ask. Because the verified impeachment complaints are not mere scrap of paper. These are serious allegations. Paggagasta ng 125 million in 11 days. And I guess the public, the Filipino people deserves to know what happened with the 125 million allegedly spent in just 11 days, including the holidays. So isang issue yun na deserve ba na i-junk na natin without even bringing this up out in the open so that the people will know where their money goes to. So kung yung tanong nila na baka ma-junk, I think the public should ask, and the question that must be answered is, dapat ba talaga? I have no problem if individual senators have leanings towards either i-acquit or i-convict. Yun nga yung purpose ng judge, i-express nila yung kanilang appreciation. Pero allow the process to proceed. Because that's what the Constitution says. It's not even an option for the House, for the Senate. It's not even an issue of optional to eh. It's their obligation. No question about it. Ang sinabi ng Constitution, forthwith, convene the trial. Ang sinabi ng Constitution. Hindi ho kami ang nagsasabi noon, ha? Ang nagsabi noon, ang Constitution. Without any delay, forthwith, proceed with the trial once we transmit the verified impeachment complaints, which we already did.
Sir, isang follow-up lang po. Yun nga, speaking of forthwith, sinabi din kasi ni SP Cheese kahapon na parang matatagalan pa, wala pang trial date at sa 20th Congress na raw yung magtatakda nito. Ano pong masasabi nyo dito, given na paulit-ulit nang sinasabi rin, ina-assert ng House yung forthwith?
Again, we are not asserting that. We are just merely referring to the words used by in the Constitution, which has not only it speaks about yung time frame, but it also speaks about the urgency of the matter. That's why I guess the framers of our Constitution chose the word forthwith because it carries also with it not just the timeline, but the urgency of the matter. Kasi we're talking about impeachment process. Again, ang House prosecution still commits that we will proceed, we will work in compliance with the order of the Senate Impeachment Court. That also includes their timeline. So, sa kanila po, sila pong nagde-decide kailan yung magre-reconvene, kailan po yung actual trial, sila po yung korte, ang House prosecution team will just simply comply with the orders of the impeachment court, including the timeline. We have consistently displayed that throughout the issue, when the issue started.
Thank you, Mela. Our next question will come from Earl Tobias of IBC 13.
Good afternoon po, Kongs. Kung sa isang press briefing kanina, nauna nang pinabulaanan ng palasyo ang patutsada ni Vice President Sara Duterte na photo ops lang daw ang ginagawa ng ating Pangulo at hindi daw nagtatrabaho. Ang konteksto po nito ay galing sa doon sa mga nasamsam na ilang illegal na droga, pero para daw sa Vice Presidente, ito ay photo opportunity lang ng Pangulo para itago ang dire situation ng bansa. Bilang leader po ng Kamara, bilang parte po ng liderato ng Kamara, ano pong reaction niyo dito?
Alam niyo po, marami na pong mga indicators, no, na ang ating bansa ay nasa tamang track, no. Yung mga pictures naman na sinasabi, alam mo, parte po sa isang public service is also transparency. Kaya nga mayroon tayong sinasabi nating reporting to the public what has been accomplished, no. Apart from also showing data, mas maganda nga po na ating mga leader ay pumupunta sa bawat lugar at pinapakita not only the accomplishment but the dedication to which these programs, particular programs or projects, are needed and are important to boost economy and to project that there's a stability in the country in how we serve our constituencies. No, again, I'm not surprised that such remarks will be coming from the Vice President. But sabi ko nga, ang Malacanang sa ngayon, ang Presidente, I cannot speak for Malacanang, but the way I see it, any distraction, any kind of negative opinions will not deter against this country, this current administration, to pursue what they believe are priority agenda for this country's moving forward.
In my humble opinion, dapat pag may i-criticize ka, objective lang. It's not a matter of kakampi mo o kalaban, gusto mo o ayaw mo yung tao. Ang problema kasi, kapag nagki-criticize ka, kapag kalaban ka, wala kang sasabihing mabuti. Let's be realistic. Pagka walang nakitang picture, wala kang ginagawa, stubborn ka. Kapag may ginawa ka naman, labas mo sa press, photo ops naman. Sa pula sa puti, walang tama pagkalaban mo eh. Ganun talaga ang politika. But we have to be mature enough as leaders of this nation to look beyond kung ayaw mo ba o gusto o kalaban mo sa politika o hindi yung tao eh. Pagki-criticize natin sa ibang leaders natin should be objective. Hindi yung para lang magtapong